What's going on, y'all? It's Every Penny Counts, and I want to do this video showing you how to qualify for more surveys. Obviously, the more surveys you qualify for, the more money you make, and I'm gonna show you some things and some tips to help you do that. All right. So the number one thing you want to do is make sure you have your profile filled out, like these right here. Whenever you go on the site, you just kind of make sure you have you find a profile section and fill these out. It's very important you do that, because when you do that, it kind of gives them an idea of what kind of surveys they can send to you. Now, I'm not saying filling this out will guarantee you qualify for every survey they send you, but it'll help you qualify for more surveys. That's the whole point. Because thinking, like, say for instance, your personal profile, if you put in there you make $100,000 a year, they're not going to send you surveys that are gearing towards somebody who makes $30,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't fill this out, they don't know what kind of surveys to send to you, so they could basically just send you any and everything. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure you have these filled out, so it can kind of help them narrow down the amount of surveys they give you, and in narrowing it down, even though it's less surveys, it's more of a chance for you to qualify for it because they are in line with your profile. Now, another thing I want to tell you guys is, I know some people, they say, oh, you can lie in these surveys, and I'm not saying lie in your surveys, but I'm saying be consistent when it comes to these surveys. Like, for instance, like I said with the personal profile, if you put in here you make $100,000 a year in your personal profile, and they give you a survey and they say, okay, how much do you make, and you put $30,000 a year, and then on another survey you put $40,000 a year, you're not consistent, so therefore you're disqualifying for a lot. So just make sure whatever you put in your personal profile or all these profile surveys, that you're consistent with that. That's the most important thing, because it really will help you. It helps me a lot. Like, I know people just kind of overlook this section of the sites, but it really does help me, because I'm able to qualify for a lot more surveys. And you see, when you do that, they still send you a good amount of surveys, and these surveys here pay a lot. They pay very, very well. So just pay attention to that. And on this site in particular, you actually get this qualification point. So that's one thing as well. Like, make sure you fill out your profile survey, and then on top of that, like, some of them will still give you this qualification point, so you're never going away from a survey empty-handed. So I'm gonna leave the link to this site in the description. It's called Fusion Cash. Sign up for it. So it gives you a lot of different options on your profile survey. Is once you fill this out, I mean, I'm telling you, you're gonna qualify for more than half of your surveys easily, just because they know what kind of surveys to send to you. And you see here, I got $14.12 in my account, so I'm still, making money with it. I haven't done a video on this site in a minute, but I just want to let you know the profile surveys, that's very big important. And then on another site, this right here is Swagbucks. Again, this will be in the link in the description as well. They also have a section where you can fill this out. Now the thing about them is, if you go down here, right here, your survey profile, and they will actually pay you to fill this out. You see here, you'll earn 2 Swagbucks for every 10 questions. And the thing about it is, like, they constantly have the section up, because they want to make sure you're always up to date with the amount of surveys that they're giving you. So I just keep answering these, and I haven't done it today, but you just keep answering them. Eventually you'll run out for the day, but then, like, in the next day or two, they'll send you some more. They just want to make sure you're always up to date. And you see here, when you do that, look at the amount of surveys they give you. I'm gonna start from the top right here. You know what I'm saying? The featured ones, those are ones they really kind of like, it's a good chance you'll qualify for those, but like, look at the amount of surveys they're going to give me just for doing this. All of these surveys. So, like, I'm filling out my profile, so they're knowing what to give me. It's a lot of them, y'all. I'm gonna scroll down a little faster. All of these surveys, you know what I'm saying? So pay attention to that survey profile. It's very important you fill it out, because it just really does make your life a whole lot easier. All right, so it really does make a difference. And you see here, I have how many? 1888 Swagbucks. So that's $18.88. So I mean, just, you got to continue just to put in the effort. You fill out that profile survey, things will change for you. And now this last site here, it says Paidviewpoint, and this is a survey site. Like I said, it's really one of my favorites, because you never disqualify for a survey on here ever. You see here, I have 44 cents. I just cashed out not too long ago, so I'm building that back up. And you see here, I have 1 survey waiting. And a lot of times when you fill that survey out, they'll give you another one. You just keep on doing them. I mean, eventually you'll run out, but they'll continue to send you more. But on this site, again, you want to, my demographics, that's something you want to fill out, because that just helps them, throw you more surveys. Like I said, you'll never disqualify for a survey on here, but when you fill your demographics out, it helps them throw you even more surveys, because they just know what to give you. They're not going to send you any surveys on here that are just super long. You're not going to make any money. Like every time I take a survey on here, it's a good chance I'm making anywhere between 50 cents to, like, I think the most I got paid was like a little bit over $3. So I mean, they pay good in the surveys here. So you know, my overall point to really prove to you guys that you can make more money with survey is just fill out the profile section and be consistent with your answers. That's the most important thing. When you do that, you'll be surprised at how many more surveys you're qualifying for, and in doing that, you'll be making more money, putting more money in your pocket, all that kind of good stuff. So I just wanted to make this video showing you guys that that's something you really want to pay attention to. And you know, there are more sites that have, you know, profile section, but just make sure you find it and make sure you always fill that out. That just, you know, makes life easier for you. All right, so these 3 sites, they're really good. I'm gonna leave this link to all 3 of them in the description so you can sign up for them. Like I said, Fusion Cash, they do disqualification points. Swagbucks does too. You know, all of those surveys that I showed you, these are disqualification points. You'll get like 1 swag buck for every one you disqualify for. So I mean, like I said, you're still walking away with money with it. So I mean, just, it's really, really good. But like I said, when I fill these profile sections out, I'm qualifying for at least half of my surveys. I'm really putting in the effort. So I really encourage you guys to do that. And like I said, on Paidviewpoint, you're going to qualify for every survey you take. So you really can't lose in any of these sites. And they're just helping you just be a better survey taker. That's all it is. So like I said, sign up for all 3 of these sites. All 3 of them will be in the description. Qualify for more surveys, y'all. Just doing the tips and the strategies that I just taught you. And always remember, every penny counts.